So apparently there's a new FIFA 20 update on PC that is available today. Obviously it's going to be available for other consoles in a few days time, but for PC people you can download it and use it now. So apparently this one is a big one for career mode. They have addressed some issues. It's a big patch overall, to be honest. There's a lot of gameplay, Volta, Ultimate Team issues that they've fixed. I'm guessing this is from all the feedback since release day. And it's good to see a lot of stuff getting fixed. Well, words are only words as well. You need to see what the game is going to feel like after the patch. We all know EA can mess up a gameplay through the patches that they release. But anyway, today's focus is going to be primarily on career mode. I'm going to read you what the patch apparently fixes. And then I'm going to show you in the game as well, because I do have the PC version of FIFA 20. Now, if you do enjoy the video, please leave a thumbs up for me. It does support the channel. And if you are new and you want to know all the latest FIFA 20 news, updates, career mode stuff, make sure you subscribe today so you don't miss anything. So just to let you guys know, it is a 1.3 gigabyte update, so a fairly large one, but it does fix a lot of things apparently. And anyway, it says, hey FIFA fans, the latest title update for FIFA 20 is now available on PC and includes the changes below. The title update will be released on PS4 and Xbox One at a later date. Usually, it's within a week's time. Now, if there's time at the end of the video, we will go back and take a look at the other things. Otherwise, I'll probably make a new video about the other stuff. But today we're going to focus on career mode. Apparently, they've made the following changes. Added goal difference to the standing screen and adjusted the default goal updates audio selection in some situations. So, I'm actually interested to see the goal difference in the standing screen, because this was taken out in FIFA 19. So, I think this is going to be a new column now that they've added back based on feedback. So, this should be interesting. They've also addressed the following issues. Sometimes opposing AI-controlled teams were fielding weaker lineups in appropriate situations. So this is basically where the AI was putting out those reserves when they were coming up against weaker opposition. This is something that made the game mode unplayable. So this is really cool to see that they've finally addressed it, even though it took them a whole month. But they finally addressed it. And yeah, this was one of the biggest issues plaguing career mode. Now, we'll probably test if this works on new saves. Obviously it will, but will it work on existing saves as well? That's what I want to test out as well. Situation where the UEFA Champions League and Europa League wouldn't take place during the season. Now this fix is only going to impact new saves, so you have to start a new career mode if you want that to work. Otherwise your Champions League and Europa League will still be broken if you are using an older save. So this is where basically after 3 or 4 seasons, whenever a rest of the world team like Dinamo Zagreb would win the Champions League or Europa League, basically the Champions League would crash or the Europa League would crash, and pretty much you couldn't play Champions League or Europa League for the rest of your career mode save. So obviously that's a big issue. They've also fixed this one. Managers were sometimes getting fired despite having very good records. So it's going to be harder to get sacked now. I know a lot of people used to get sacked over anything back in FIFA 20 career mode's early access days and stuff. Various fixes to the questions being asked in press conference. Apparently they've changed some questions then. Or maybe they've just fixed up spelling mistakes. I think fixes would mean like spelling mistakes and stuff. Or maybe there is one where, you know how I had a situation once where I drew 0-0 and then it said we won, didn't we, when I didn't win at all. I think those types of situations have been fixed as well, where the interviewer just doesn't make sense with the questions. The Carabao Cup was incorrectly going to extra time in the semi-finals instead of directly to penalty kicks. So if you're experiencing that one, that's now being fixed. Indicator that shows which team is controlled by the player was missing from some screens. Corrected some issues with which teams were qualifying for various stages of the Champions League and Europa League. Transfers that included both a transfer fee and a player exchange do not reflect the player exchange in the associated transfer news. So pretty much when there's an article about a transfer that included a player in the deal, it wouldn't mention the player being part of the deal, but I guess now in the article it will. There was no email notification of receiving sell-on clause revenue, so apparently you'll get an email now when you have a sell-on clause triggered or something. This was an issue with receiving the email only. The revenue was still being added to your team. We're still going. The transaction screen was not properly reflecting the amount that was paid out from a sell-on fee following the transfer of an applicable player. Shortcut to inbox was not correctly displaying on press conference days. Maybe they added back the triangle button or something, I don't know. Recently signed youth players were requesting playtime too often. Yeah, I think I experienced that as well. Usually youth players wouldn't really send you emails over and over again asking for playtime. Various issues related to news articles. Well, if you've watched my Things That Are Broken in Career Mode series, many articles have issues with them. So it will be interesting to see what they've fixed in the news articles. This is the last fix, various text issues impacting Liga 1. So that's pretty much it for career mode fixes according to EA. I think they need to fix the fixture pileups. That is one of the biggest issues at the moment. But the rest of it seems okay. I'm probably forgetting some issues. I can't remember everything off the top of my head at the moment. But Basically, the main thing here is that the AI control teams are now going to be putting out stronger teams when it's appropriate, so that's good. So what we're going to do now is hop on to FIFA 20 on the PC after all the updates have been applied, and let's see if they've added in the goal difference thing. I want to test the AI teams, and I also want to test the league tables as well. So we're going to start a new career mode. Hopefully this is the fix we've been waiting for. We're going to put it through its paces. We're going to do some tests like the league tables, the AI rotation. Hopefully they've done their best to fix stuff. Keep in mind, every time they fix stuff, sometimes other things go wrong as well. So it'll be interesting to see if that happens in the foreseeable future. But anyway, we're going to leave everything as it is. There's been no updates on realistic transfers or anything like that, I believe as well. But I don't know. We'll take a look at what happened. So first things first, I want to take a look at the standings because apparently they did add the goal difference thing. And they actually have. So you can see goals for, goals against, and now goal difference there next to the point. So they've actually added that one in just in case, you know, you didn't know the goal difference when you were playing. Now you don't have to do any calculations. You don't have to buy a calculator for career mode. You can just take a look at your screen now, which is good. And we've been calling for this since last year as well. I don't know why they took it out. Simple addition like that makes a huge difference. But now the moment of truth. This is the one we've been waiting for. Let's go to our first game against Spurs. Usually Spurs would put out a rotated team against Aston Villa on career modes before this update. So hopefully they don't put out that rotated team again. We're going to take a look at a few different clubs like United, Liverpool, Arsenal. Just see what happens. Alright, so another thing, before we actually test the sim things, they've actually added in the shortcut there. As you can see at the bottom, it says Y for the email inbox when there's a press conference. Now, when there was a press conference before the update, there wouldn't be an option to go straight to your email inbox. It would just be like blank there, so there was no shortcut. But it looks like they've added that in as per the pitch notes that they did. So now when you want to jump to your inbox when there's a press conference taken up the side of the screen there, you just press Y and it'll take you straight there, and you can check your emails from there or your player chats. Alright, so the moment of truth. Our first test against Spurs. Which team are they going to put out? It actually looks better now. It actually looks good, like the way it's supposed to be. So Lloris, Aurier, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Rose, and Ndombele, Sissoko, Moura, Son, Eriksen, Kane, and Ali was on the bench. Sanchez was on the bench. That looks much better than what FIFA 20 before the update was, where you would have like Whiteman in goals or something. Does Whiteman play for Spurs? I don't even know, but I just remember certain names always coming up when I was doing my tests. But yeah, much better. So we're up to the next game, which is against Arsenal. This is our next test that we're going to run here. So we'll sim the game. Let's see which team they put out. So they've got Leno in goals, Bellerin, Socrates, Garay, Kolasinac, Torreira, Ceballos, Pepe, Aubameyang. Ozil came off and Lacazette started as well. They've got Bender, Chambers on the bench. Yeah, it looks pretty normal to me. I'm pretty happy with that. Much better than what it was like before. So this next test is against Liverpool in the EFL Cup. So maybe the competition could change the lineups here. So this one could be an interesting test to see what team Liverpool come out with for the Carabao Cup rather than the Premier League. So it looks pretty normal. Maybe a few rotated players in there, but yeah, not too bad. I think they would have played their rotated team, or their reserve, sorry, in this kind of game before the update. So you've got Klein, you've got Van Dijk starting, Firmino and Salah starts as well, so not too bad. So the last test will be against Man City. I think this has been fixed, like they've said it's been fixed. I don't really see any issues here as well. Edison, Cancelo, Stones, Saul, Mendy, Rodri, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Silva, Aguero, Sane, and the bench looks pretty strong as well. So no reserve players are making their way into this starting 11 anymore, so I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe career mode is playable again finally. So this is the end of season 1. Let's quickly take a look at the league tables. Hopefully we don't see Man City getting relegated. It looks alright so far based on the preview I've just seen. So the top 5 are Spurs coming in at 100 points. Really? I don't know about that one, but they must have signed Ronaldo or Messi or something. Liverpool coming in at second, 98 points. Man City third, 97 points. So obviously they're getting a lot more points now as well. Previously these teams couldn't really generate more than 70 or 80 points. Now we're seeing 100, 98, 97. Man United coming in at 4th, 94. Arsenal 5th, Chelsea 6th. So pretty much the top 6 are always going to be in there. The rest of the tables follow as well, with Bournemouth coming in at last, Sheffield 19th and Southampton 18th. So much more realistic than before. You ain't seeing Norwich win the league this time or Man City getting relegated. We'll do one more season and then we'll see the league table there as well. But I'm very surprised to see teams reaching 100 points. I've never seen that before in career mode. It also looks like the email inbox has also come up when you don't have a press conference. So there's a shortcut right there as well, where you press Y and it takes you straight to the inbox, just like the old FIFA games as well. So at least I added back that shortcut. So I managed to get 1.5 seasons in before I got sacked. doing full calendar simulation. So it looks like I've got to join Leeds now to test out the league table. So I just joined Leeds. Another 3 months later, I got sacked again. So already twice I've got sacked now doing full calendar simulations. I don't even make it past 6 months before getting sacked. Now I'm going down to the EFL Championship. What is going on with this game? So not even like a month and a half after joining that club, I get sacked again. So already 4 times now I've been sacked. Oh my goodness. Don't do calendar simulations, guys. You keep getting sacked. It doesn't work. So we've reached the end of the season. I've been sacked about 4 times now doing calendar simulations. Let's see what the Premier League has offered here in terms of the table for Season 2. Looks like Man City have come out on top. And why are the points broken? Oh my goodness. They've put... Is the goal difference the points? I don't even know anymore. Is the points at the front there? No, obviously Arsenal can't have 20 points. Alright, so because of that goal difference column, it's actually broken something else now. But Man City come out on top. Spurs came in at 2nd. Liverpool 3rd. Chelsea 4th. United 5th. And Arsenal 8th. Did Brentford end up on 3 points? Wow, that's terrible, man. 27 losses. That's pretty bad. So yeah, I guess the league tables have been sort of fixed now thanks to the fact that the clubs are playing their best 11. And obviously I am happy to see the goal difference thing there, but why is it broken already? I don't even know. I hope that's not going to happen to everyone. But yeah, they've added a few cool things in this update. I'm actually surprised because I didn't expect them to fix it as quick as they did, even though it has been a month. But in terms of quick, I mean, I thought it was going to take much more months than this. So I'm happy that they've fixed a few things there. They've added a few things as well to career mode. But anyway, it is happy days. EA has fixed career mode for the most part. I am going to be probably seeing more bugs and stuff coming out in the next few days in my inbox. So maybe it hasn't been fixed fully, but most of the stuff we've been complaining about has been sort of fixed. And if you need something else to watch, make sure you hit the card in the middle. It will take you to another video of mine. I'll see you next time.